Commanders, welcome back to World of Warships Legends. I am playing today on the Xbox Series S, and I have an amazing game to show you guys. I just recorded it this last Friday at the conclusion of Fleet Week on my channel. If you have not watched Fleet Week, I review an old friend, the Premium Tier 5 Battleship Arizona. Then I go up the new American Battleship Tech Tree line, all of the unlocked ships. Obviously, the Kansas is still locked, so I can't go over that. And then I end with a review of the campaign ship Georgia, and I used a battlecruiser build in that video. Today's game I'm bringing you is kind of a special edition. I had some amazing games last week, and this is one of them that I had on Friday, right after I got off work. And we're in the legendary tier French destroyer Kleber. The Kleber is an amazing, amazing legendary ship. If you haven't started the Kleber project yet and you love torpedo boats, what are you waiting for? In my opinion, the Kleber is the best torpedo boat at the legendary tier, better than the Shimakaze. How can I say such things? Well, if you haven't watched my Kleber video, where I give an introduction to the ship, and that game compared to this game is horrible, minuscule, not worth talking about. The Kleber has four triple tube launchers, two on each side, and it also has very good guns. Eight twin, I want to say they're 130s, they are not 139s. So we're starting off the match here. I don't even remember what map this is on, because I'm just so excited to bring this game to you. It's this map, the one with lots of islands. All right. And it is a capture of the base match. There are no aircraft carriers. Obviously, because it's a legendary ship, we are the top tier. I guess that's the only good portion of being the legendary tier. Quick note, if you are one of the people, and I have seen tons of people lately fail platooning, the only tier where it is acceptable to fail platoon is tier 7 with a legendary tier ship because they're always going to be top tier. That is the only exception to the rule friends don't let friends fail platoon or fail division in this game. I've seen so many of them lately, is uber annoying. Anyway, we see a Bismarck, it's a battleship. I have torpedoes, I use them. There they are, floating merrily through the seas. And there is a Gearing, a legendary American destroyer, perhaps a better gunboat than the Kleber, definitely not a better torpedo boat. So we get 3 torpedo strikes against the Bismarck. I fire one more for good measure. I want to say he's killed almost immediately after I shot those. I'm looking, I'm like, oh yeah, here, let me give him one more. Let me give him one more, and he's going to come right around the island and get smashed with them. And so I line it up, I launch. I am feeling good about myself, and there he is, dead. All right, so our next target is the Gearing. Very long range torpedoes, but at its heart, it is still an American gunboat. And I was thinking to myself before the match, if I run into the Gearing, do I use my main battery reload booster? Well, I don't know. So as you can see up by the minimap, we have 4.8 kilometer detectability or concealability. The Gearing obviously does not, probably running Bull Halsey, probably 5.4 kilometers or 5.3 kilometers. So I launched some torpedoes at him. He changes direction. He's probably using twist and track and saw me move. So I switched sides on him. Another great thing about having torpedo launchers on both sides. And I give him a modified spread right there, kind of a tight spread. I don't want him having the ability to slip through. Quick PSA, if you were looking for a non-legendary tier premium that has similar arrangement to this ship, it is called the Benham. All right, so we ended up finishing him off with our guns. He was being shelled by lots of other ships. But I felt butthurt about how that whole thing with the Bismarck ended. So I'm not exactly going to call that a kill pinch because we're actively engaging him. But I wouldn't blame you if you did. All right, so there is a quick view of the aiming bug that Wargaming refuses to fix. Now I see like a cream puff on the dinner cart at the Four Seasons. I see the Yamato, and I am going to torp at the Yamato and also torp at the Shimakaze who came into view. And then I'm going to light the Shimakaze up. And the Shimakaze tries this pitiful torpedo launch. No, Shimakaze, I'm onto your games. You can even launch more torpedoes. Oh, look at that French dexterity. All right, get my guns back on target and just waiting for the reload, and someone kill pinches back on the Shimakaze. All right, we are in the detectability of the Yamato. You see his secondary guns engage me. I don't believe he's going to keep going full speed, so I give him a modified spread of torpedoes. And I'm not even sure what cam is that. The Christmas camouflage. Anyway, my predictions were correct. And devastating strike, kill number 2. So just keep that Suzuya one in mind as this match goes on, because we are still getting shot at. I was going to say, oh, I have a quarter of my hit points left. No, yeah, I have less than that left now. I have under 3,600 hit points left. And we started with 19,710. So we are running on empty. We are in super stealth mode right now. And look at our damage to this point in the match. 7 torpedo strikes, 19 main battery hits, 99,915. Already clearly much better than our first match in this ship. So I see another cream puff on the breakfast buffet of life, another Yamato. I wait for him to get a little bit around the island. He is not, I guess, aware that I'm over here. I have no idea how, since I just killed the other Yamato, but I guess he's trying to fool me by going in a straight line. And I see the Jean Bart as well, and I also would like to kill the Jean Bart. I'm treading very carefully here because I don't want to be detected by the Yamato, but I still want the ability to get torps out at the Jean Bart. It looks like he's going away from me. We do get some torpedo strikes on the Yamato, 3 of them. We unlock the high caliber, and the flooding begins, but I am not satisfied. I want it all like in Monopoly, and we are going to shoot not just one. You see, we came to a full stop and are reversing slightly. We even shot down this airplane to get a modified interwoven wall of skill headed towards the Yamato. I turned my attention to the Jean Bart, and you can see that flooding damage still piling up, but it doesn't matter. 3 more torpedo strikes. Down goes Yamato number 2. All right, so we got 180,122. I think in anyone's mind, this is already a really nice match. But I'm not satisfied. I need to redeem myself after my pedestrian showing in the Kleber. And quite honestly, I didn't know what the damage record for the Kleber is. I believe it is 277,000 and change, set by Metajerk, probably one of the better, if not one of the best players to play this game. Um, if you haven't watched his Kleber video, it's like this, but even better. The Jean Bart is trying to evade me here, even though um, he doesn't spot me. I think he is actually aware, unlike the Yamato captain, or at least awake. So I am giving him a modified spread here. And I'm going to zoom in because we're turning away because we're getting into his detectability range. So we do get another torpedo strike. I think I may incapacitate his rudder briefly. And the second set of 6 is going to head towards him. And I didn't aim far forward enough, but I did aim well enough to be able to get 3 more torpedo strikes and another incapacitation on the jump arc. So it appears he is flooding. I am not convinced that that will be enough. So I say we can risk the hit points right now to advance on the jump arc. He does set me on fire. I don't think it even does any damage. And he floods to death before those torpedoes can even get there for kill number 4. So if I had been quicker on the trigger with that Suzuya right now, we would have a Kraken Unleashed. And that's going to haunt me a little bit. Here is the Khabarovsk. I don't think the Kaba commander loaded into the match because the scoreboard screen had all zeros. So I don't think the Kaba commander ever loaded into the match, or if he did, he had to go to the bathroom or something like that. They kill him with no effort. He hadn't moved since the beginning of the game. And there's one battleship left, and right there, our Yamato sinks it. So the game is over. This is my personal damage record, 238,799, surpassing my previous personal damage record set in the Lenin, which was around 222,000 and change. Obviously, I've had way better silver matches than this. I wasn't using any kind of silver flag. I was using the speed boost flag. We got 4 kills, 17 torpedo strikes. Really, folks, I hate to say it, but I think we can all agree this is a really awesome ship. And if you don't have it yet in the Bureau, keep grinding on it. It is definitely worth it if you want a French torpedo boat. You can see we are top of the board, 2,930 base XP, those 4 big kills, a devastating strike, and the high caliber. And real quick, I want to say after this, I went back into the port to show you my commander skill layout. If it's essentially all the same as my previous Kleber videos, so if you watch that, you'll see all the same stuff. But if you haven't watched it or don't want to, because I already told you it wasn't a really great game, we are going to switch over here back out of the port to the commander screen. There you can see I have them at level 16, legendary level 3, Bay and Swirsky, subsurface venture, fragile threat, torpedo safari, destroyer be destroyed, and unstoppable. So that was my loadout. There is the port screen. You can freeze that and zoom in on the upgrades. Really amazing match for myself, and I'm really glad to share it with you all today.